he is kind enough to join us. He doesn't have Tim Simpson by his side to set up the Zoom, so I'm assuming perhaps one of your sons did it for you, Coach.
Yeah. Okay, everyone. Yeah, he did.
Well, lovely to see you, Coach. Congratulations on another big weekend for you and the team, and of course, Leon. It was such. So I spoke to you on Wednesday, right? And you guys were confident, and you were backing your guy, but it felt like everything changed on Thursday, did it not? At that press conference, and obviously we recall what Colby said, and it was as low as can be. And we saw Leon's reaction. But to me, Leon is kind of a calm, cool, and collected customer. Every time they kind of went back to him on camera, you could almost see the smoke coming out of his ears. Could you tell us what it was like when you reconnected with him behind the scenes after Colby said what he said?
Yeah, after that press conference, Leon went backstage and he was with Tim, and he was well hurt by Ariel. It took him back. He didn't expect that. As you could see by his reaction on stage, and it was a dirty, cheap. I can't even call it a trick. It was like, to me, it's going below the belt. I'm not against a man selling a fight. It is what it is, and if he keeps it in that perspective, all good. But when you start attacking family, now you've changed the rules, haven't you? I mean, I thought he would have learnt his lesson from when Mazaville sorted him out outside the CAF. But obviously he hasn't learnt his lesson. And one day he may say the wrong thing to the wrong person in the wrong time, and the consequences may be more detrimental, But yeah.
We'll take care of it.
Every time my face pops up there, I know something has gone awry. We're fighting through it. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. Where's Big Timbo when you need him? I like when Coach Dave says my name. It's fun. I enjoy it. And we'll get his thoughts. But he did, he said what he said what happened. Oh, there I am.
Should be able to hear you now.
Can you hear me, Coach?
Yes, I can hear you now, Ariel.
Okay. So I was just asking, why did it bother you so much? Why were you so upset?
Because Leon was upset, and I know it hurt him. I'm a father, and I've got children, and if God forbid, if anything was happening to me, I know how my boys would feel, and if somebody was to rub that into their face or say that, I know the reaction that would happen. I'm feeling it for Liam because he's growing up basically fatherless, and for somebody to chuck that on him. It's gut-wrenching, Ariel. And I even said to Dana after when he came over, I said, Dana, where do you draw the line? Dana turned around and says, well, listen, you know what kind of scum you're dealing with. But I said, yeah, Ariel, but yes, Dana, but, you got to draw a line somewhere, bro. Because if that's the case, Ariel, that means, he's give the green light to anybody, That means if me and you's going to fight, I can do a little bit of history on your family. God forbid I heard that one of your family members passed away under whatever circumstances, and then throw it in your face at a fight. Is that what everybody's about now? Are we bringing the game down to that sort of gutter sniping life? This is what hurt me.
I love that you did that. Kudos to you for doing that. Can I ask, when did you do that? Was that before the fight or after the fight?
After I was going to kick off, Dana came over after, he came over and was trying to console us, saying, "Look, guys, you've won. You've had the last laugh." I said, "Yeah, I know that, Dana. But listen, mate, you got to draw the line somewhere." I even said to his cornermen when they came over, because his cornermen came over, shook our hands. I shook his corner team's hands and said, "Listen, you need to have a word with him, bro." And then, Colby was like, all, like he's facing off. And that's when I exchanged a few words with him. That's when security sort of came in, and then Dana came over to us and was saying, "Look, lads, you guys have had the last laugh. You've beat him, and you beat him convincingly." But I just had to let Dana know, how he was feeling, because it hurt me. It hurt me deep the way it hurt Leon,
Yeah. And I feel like there should be a line as well. And I think it's crazy. Like in the aftermath, they're talking about, the pay-per-view sales went up after that. So what? There has to be a line, right?
That's right. And like I said earlier, I thought he learned his lesson with Mazaville. what he did to him outside the restaurant for insulting Mazaville's, was it his missus and his kids?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What you and me have got as men, let's sort it out ourselves. You want to argue and call me whatever, then that's all well and good. You know what I mean? My balls are just as big as yours. But when you go on family now, you're touching the dark side now, you know, and people react different, you know.
So as far as the actual performance, were you happy with what Leon did?
Yes, I was. As I say, I would have liked the stoppage, but Leon sniped him well. He went out, fought with spiteful intentions. Those leg kicks to slow Colby up. And like I said to you in the previous interview, Ariel, on the Wednesday, was it?
Yeah.
When I was in the, I said, listen, look out for Leon's wrestling. Leon will match the wrestling department. Everybody was texting me, you don't know what you're talking about. America, Colby's this wrestler, he's that wrestler. I just said, listen, I've got no comment. You talk to me after the fight, and then we'll talk about the wrestling factor. The stand-up, we all know who had the better of that. But when Colby tried his wrestling, I told you, Leon wasn't just going to go on the defense from his wrestling. He was going to go on the offense also with his wrestling, which he did. So I told the world that this kid, you know, he's improving in every department, and he's only going to get better. He's only going to mature like a good vintage wine, and let's just see where he goes from here.
Yeah, Colby only landed 2 of 10 takedowns, and even when he got him down, Leon was coming back and trying to reverse and going for the subs, as you were saying. And the broadcast was a little bit critical of this from him. Did you watch the fight? And what did you make of some of the things he said? And also in the 5th round, I thought the commentary in the 5th round was a little puzzling. Have you watched the fight?
I have. I watched it back several times. Yeah, okay. Let's say Leon won first 4 hands down. The last round, even though there was a bit more wrestling involved, okay, because Colby had the last sort of exchange in the wrestling, the round was close, but okay, let's edge it and give him the round. But, you know, Leon showed, like I said, his offensive wrestling, his anti-wrestling, and, you know, he ticked all the marks, Ariel, and everybody on the podcasts, all the fighters, they was all sort of taken aback, like how good Leon's wrestling Leon's wrestling is. So, you know, all these guys that just think, are out wrestling because he's a striker. Well, he just proved that he can handle more than his own in the wrestling department.
What was he like in the locker room afterwards? We saw him in the cage in the post fight interview, but when the lights were off, when the cameras were off, what was that scene like for you guys after the win?
Yeah, you know, DC came in, had a few words with him, but he was a little bit somber. Happy he got the win. The team obviously was happy they got the win. And yeah, he just, you know, I could just still see he was still hurting a little bit from obviously what Colby said. I think it's up to this day. I mean, because on the night it happened, you know, I got him to phone his mum. He had to talk with his mum and his brothers. They told him what we was trying to tell him to, don't let him get under your skin and, you know, keep it real, just go out and do your job. And yeah, he just went out and he done it. But in the changing rooms after, yeah, you know, he brightened up as the night went on, especially when he went on to his little after party. All his mates met him. Some of the lads that he grew up with flew in from where he actually lived, from Birmingham, and they joined us. And that brightened his spirit a bit, you know.
Without getting too personal, I'm just curious, in the conversations with his mother, how was she handling it? This has to be incredibly painful for her, too.
Also, I even spoke to his brother Fabian on the phone just to check on him to see how he was.
Right.
And he just said, obviously, it was a cheap shot. And they were just saying, Dave, just keep his head straight. Don't let him get emotional. I didn't really get to speak to Mum, to be honest. I spoke to Fabian, but I was translating to Fabian to translate to his mum, you know. And yeah, we kept it down, Ariel, which was very hard to do on everybody's behalf. But afterwards, I got 1,000,001 texts saying, well, Dave, fair play to you for having a little go at him. He deserves it, you know.
You don't regret that?
Yeah. No, I don't regret it in the slightest. No, I don't. I'm telling you now, Ariel, the way I felt was a case of, if I could have got hands on, well, I know Leon would have got fined and maybe I would have got banned, but I don't think I would have been able to hold it back because of the hurt, what he caused, you know. He didn't really realise that. I don't think he actually went out on stage to plan to say that. I think it just happened, But sometimes you got to think before you speak. And obviously, Colby, when he's in flow, when he's wrapping off, he may say something that, he can't take back. And that was a case. That was a perfect scenario of that,
Mm. I asked you on Wednesday the difference between Leon going into this fight and Leon defending the title for the first time against Muslim. But now that the week is over and you were there on Friday and Saturday, did you see a difference in Leon now that he's had a title defense under his belt going into that fight? This now his second.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said to you, this kid ain't took his eyes off the prize. I keep reminding him, there's bigger things to come. You're the champion now. You got to defend it 2-3 times. If you're talking about trying your luck in another division, then we'll talk about that when we reach that. But for now, let's just keep your eyes on the next name what comes up. And as I say, I keep him real. He keeps it real. And we're just ready to go. I just want him to prove to himself how great he is and how great he can be. Because I've always said, Ariel, like you said, this kid's a real deal. Nobody, he's this, he's that, his cardio's this. He hasn't stopped anybody. Well, listen, we're in a fight game and everything can't go to plan the way you want. But the main objective is, Ariel, he keeps winning. And from he keeps winning, not be denied, and this is the thing I've been talking to this kid from day one, from I met him. All you've got to do, son, is keep winning. You cannot be denied and your time will come. So now this is his time. He's achieved a massive goal by winning it, defending it twice now. So long live the new king to see, him reign and defend his title for as many times as he wants until he reaches the Hall of Fame, Ariel.
When do we see him back again?
Well, Tim was given the message that they possibly want him back, I believe, is it March, April? In Vegas again. Is it the 300?
Okay.
The 300?
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
There's word on that, but we'll just see what the boss says and if he's down for it. He's in, I think personally, Ariel, he just may want it, because now he's just come out of camp. He'll want to sort of like jump back in. When was it talking? March? Is it March?
April.
300, is it?
April 13th.
Is it April?
Yeah.
So he can have a little one break over the Christmas, and obviously back to the grindstone if he wants this piece of his pie in April. So he won't have much to do in the sense of all we need to know what opponent it will be so we can set the game plan for that particular opponent. But as for cardio, fitness-wise, he ain't coming from scratch to go into camp. He'll be, well ready to go into camp on a 7, 8, 9 mark, ready to go again.
You okay with that turnaround? 4 months from now?
Me personally, how long is that? 6 months? Where are we now?
4 months.
4 months. 4 months. Well, like I say, Ariel, I haven't had really a discussion with Leon about it because obviously he only came back yesterday, and obviously he'd want to be around his family, his missus, etc., his kids. But I will be talking to him before the week's out, so I'll probably link up with him probably this Friday.
Okay.
Because they wanted us. The Villa are playing Friday, and they wanted Leon to go out on the pitch with his belt before the game kicks off, just as a low. Yeah. So let's see if that goes down. I think that will do his popularity a lot. A Birmingham boy supporting the local Birmingham team, Aston Villa, and all the Villa fans on our side. So I think it'll be a great move for him.
I love that.
And I'll have a little talk with him then, Ariel.
Have you ever done that before? Have you ever been celebrated like that in your hometown?
Where did we go? We went to we went back to his school, Ariel, and the whole school turned out for us. I know it was only a school, but we did something else. What was it? It slips me at the moment, but yeah, we've attended. I'll tell you what we did. We did a thing over Wolverhampton. It was concerning a knife crime.
Yeah.
With the children. we had a lovely turnout over there, you know. So we've done one and two things, but never on that scale of a football team crowd, you know.
I love that.
Yeah.
And so do you feel now like Leon, I have to say, and I'm just on the periphery here in America, Coach, but I know yesterday they had the BBC Sports Awards. Leon not being
Yeah.
nominated for I mean, what is it? Not even, forget about winning. Not even nominated? What are we talking about here? How's this possible?
Sad, mate. Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit disgusted about that. A Birmingham lad as well, and achieved, and people know his life story. He's defending his world title, for Christ's sake. I mean, he beat the so-called pound for pound twice. He's defending it now because remember, Dana said if Usman wasn't around, Colby would be of the division. So he's destroyed everything. He's destroyed the main man, and the so-called should have been the main man, and no recognition. Yeah, it's a bit sadly, Ariel. But listen, I don't know what it is with the press. I don't know if it was maybe, like I've said to you before, if this was a Darren Till in this position or a Paddy Pimblett in this position, or I think there'd be a lot more razzmatazz, a lot more eyes, a lot more cameras, a lot more news on them. But for some reason, it's like, oh yeah, it's just that black kid from down the road. It just, but with Leon, it doesn't affect him that way. I mean, being nominated at least would have, give the kid a little bit of acknowledgement in his area where he comes from. But he's had no acknowledgement of any news companies, no new broadcasting about it. And I think it's a bit sad, Ariel. But listen, it is what it is. We just got to do what we got to do.
Yeah.
Who wants to come on it? Who doesn't? Then so be it.
Right. Do you feel like your life has changed? I mean, since that moment in Utah and those clips and all that stuff, and like I watch it I watched it this morning. I can't get enough of it. You got to pull it out of the fire and stop feeling sorry for yourself. I mean, I think we all can relate to those words of wisdom. Do you feel like your life has dramatically changed in the last 2 years, and the team's placement in the world and in the country?
Yeah, well, how can I say the Instagram's gone out the window? I don't know how many other people are on this. But again, Ariel, I don't get carried away with it, The team, we're still the same team. We still got the same friends, the same training partners. We just keep it real amongst ourselves, Me being maybe the elder head, setting the trend of being real, keeping it real. Because I tell them as it is, Ariel. I don't blow smoke. I just tell them as it is. They appreciate me for that, and I keep any of the fighters, Leon included, grounded. My life where it is now, it's about dedicating my life to Leon and the other fighters that I've got to see what they can achieve. With the knowledge, the skills that have been passed on to achieve their goals in life, to see if they can be a better fighter, a better person. And that's where I'm at, Ariel. I've got a few invitations here and there. I've been asked to do seminars, Czechoslovakia, Spain. But if I start chasing that, Ariel, that takes me away from my circle of my training, my people. So I've refused that.
Wow.
I've done a few long things because it's down the road or whatever, but I've not now going to go to, like I say, Spain for a week and give a seminar in 3 different places. I'm not about that, Ariel. Like I say, it's about me developing my youths, what I've had from 14, 15, 16, 17, which are now men. I've seen them turn from boys into men. And they're now, coming to fruition to develop their skills, to put them on the stage at a level, amateur level, intermediate level, professional level. That's what I'm about, Ariel. I've had a few offers from some companies to, my sayings. I'll just show you one for example, Ariel. They had one of those.
Oh, yeah. You saw that.
They said, and there's a few companies that's offered to print one of those things along with some of the other sayings, like they just say, pull it out the fire, stop feeling sorry for yourself, and let's see where it goes from there, Ariel.
Can people purchase those now?
Well, anybody wants one, holler me online, and I'm sure I can hook up with one of the lads that want to set it up.
You got to make
I've
money
got,
off this, coach. I mean, we can't be giving it out for free.
I know that. The Monterex, I've got the Monterex boys that Leon sponsors.
Yeah, they're good guys.
They're prepared to deal with it. So we'll see where that goes, Ariel, but that's not the main issue. Leon and the rest of the boys are my main issue.
Okay. And by the way, regarding his return, is Belal next in your opinion, or do you want him to go in a different direction?
Well, we don't know, do we, Ariel? Because Dana didn't announce that it would be Belal. So we're just as bewildered as you. If it's Belal, so be it. We've had a feel of him already. We know what he's about. He has improved, but if it's Belal, it's Belal. But you never know with these people. Shafkat, he had the foot injury, so I don't think he'll be ready for April. Maybe not. Belal will be ready to go, but will Leon and Belal really be a big pay-per-view? You got to look at it from the business point of view, from the UFC's point of view. Who else could fit the script? Who else could we go for? Belal. Who else is in the picture? Shafkat.
Yeah, as far as unless they pull like a rabbit out of their hat, it's Shafkat. It's there's really no one else. I mean, unless they try to get freaky and do Ian Gary, but I don't think that's happening.
Nah, I don't think that. Not yet, anyway.
Would you have a preference?
Preference? Well, let's put it real. Bilal's earned his place, hasn't he? Even though he still hasn't done what Leon did. He didn't go through the tribulations Leon did. But you know what? He's earned himself his contendership. To be honest, if I really had a choice, but I don't think it will happen, I would like Leon to fight Burns. But Burns had two bites of the cherry. I think maybe they'd want Burns maybe to have a couple more before, if he was going to be a contender for Leon. But if I had a choice, who would be next? I would prefer Burns over Belal, because I think Burns brings more to the table than Belal. Because Leon's I shouldn't say that. He had the no contest against Belal. It looked like, you can't judge it by the first round totally, but it looked like Leon obviously had the first round locked down with Belal, and he was going in for the kill in the second until the eye poke occurred, But but if I had a choice overall, I would like Burns, but we'll take whoever they throw at us, Ariel.
Okay, last question for you, Coach. On Monday's show, I went through the past 4 years for Leon, really dating back to that card in the UK when he fought Gunnar Nelson. And they were cheering Gunnar more than him. And then the thing happened backstage with Jorge, and then the pandemic, and they were telling him he has to come to America, but the borders were being closed. And then the whole Hamzat thing, and he's being removed from the rankings because of the Hamzat thing. And then that all falls apart. And then Belal, and then, he has to go to fight RDA in San Antonio, all that stuff. If I would have talked to you in 2019, 2020, when every roadblock under the sun was being put in front of this man's, way, would you have believed the story would have ended up like this, or is this even now exceeding your expectations?
No way, Ariel. Who could have foreseen that? Come on. But we got an old saying, God ain't sleeping. And, maybe that was his tribulation to go through to reach this, which is made them victories now so much sweeter. Everybody that doubted him, even what I mentioned to you the other day, Wednesday, during the Usman 1 and 2, all the doubters in the first one, lucky head kick. Second fight, wait till Usman gets his hands on him, and then he beat Usman unanimously. Well, everybody's seen that he beat Usman. So that was sweet. That was like that was honey. That was that was sweet. And now to go and beat Colby on top of that, this is all these just rewards, Ariel. Because like I said, like me and and whoever's been following the MMA game, this kid's had some ups and downs that you'd have thought, what's wrong? Why is this kid had so much bad luck? A lot of people maybe would have said, you know what, I'm going to try another sport and gone into another organization. But he toughed it out. He believed in himself. We believed in him. And now he's at the top of the tree, Ariel. And now he's about to set set his name in the Hall of Fame and, become a great fighter, And if that's a godly thing, then, you know what I mean? Like I said, God ain't sleeping.
It's a beautiful thing. Congratulations, Coach. Thank you very much for the time. Well done guiding your fighter through a tumultuous fight week. The emotion, you sticking up for him was a beautiful thing as well. Well done on that part. Enjoy the holidays with your family, and very much looking forward to what you and the team do in 2024. You guys are on a roll, and it's a great thing to see. And enjoy the match on Friday. I hope you get celebrated by the whole stadium and the whole town comes out to show you guys the love that you deserve.
Thank you, Aaron, and you have a good holiday.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
All the best to you. There he is, Coach Dave Lovell of Team Renegade. Tremendous stuff there. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it very much. Hey, if you like this video, give us the old thumbs up. Subscribe as well. You can get many more of these videos on the channel, so please do that. We would love you forever if you did so.